Welcome back to Timberborn and on our new diorama playthrough. So last time I started to make this wall for the new reservoir that we're going to build. Obviously, a lot of this will have to shift with a bit of word, but we'll work a way of how I'm going to do that eventually. I haven't fully decided yet what we're going to have. Now, obviously, from last time I did get carrots and seeds on there, which obviously made my well-being right up to 19, which is a really nice, a lot better than anything. And the reason why that's good is that puts me over to another bracket. I don't... Let's see if I can grab one. So now I'm getting... working speed is up to 80. Now I need to get 25 to get to 100, but that's not too bad. Movement is up to 30%, and life expectancy... you know what I mean? Expectancy, if I can get that out, is now at plus 40%. So that's pretty good. So they're going to live a little longer, so I don't have to worry about everything, if you get what I mean. So let's just get into it and see what we're doing. Now, obviously, we've got this to go, so we're all ready for rock and roll to get rid of that. Oh, that's a bit slow. Then I'll obviously do 2 on here. If I can find what I was looking for. I think I should know, but the amount of hours I've played this by now. I think I'm on nearly 350 hours of this game. It's such a good game. Anyway, right, so we need to... The problem is here is... I've blocked off how I'm going to get this extended. I don't particularly want to go into that wall. I want it to obviously extend into this wall here. The problem being is they're all under here. That's a bit of a problem. The only thing I can think of is if I ditch that, that means I'm going to have to walk around this way. I need to get into here somehow. But then I need to move this as well. Is that empty? No, that is empty. What was it holding? Absolutely nothing. So we'll ditch that. And we'll get some of this picked up, whatever we can. I might... Well, I can at least get at least... Even if I can move this... The idea to keep these close is that, for obvious reasons, is because they're going to use this to fill up constantly. Now, I know we've got this uber large one here as well. I've got nothing in there, but I think it was for metal, if I remember rightly. Yeah, so I've got 100, but I've got no scrap metal because I need to eventually have one's mine going. One's mind is not going yet, so we need to sort that. What would be nice is to work out where does that entail. So I think it's here. So that might not actually be that bad to just blow up. I might just have to just get rid of this, move this over actually, and not just leave these here, because then I should be able to get in then. Let's... there's no storage for gears, that's why we're struggling. Let's put some storage for gears. I'll put them over here for now. They need to be in a little warehouse. So let's do that. We've got a massive amount of logs, so I don't have to worry about that, obviously. Now, I did say in the last... Remember, the last one that we were going to tear down, or we were going to... sorry, I'm going on slow. I'll speed this up a little bit now. That we were going to sort this this out here as well. We were going to have... it's not going to be enough, but let's say this half... I'm going to have to move these around like I did the carrots and that. This half to have, shall we say... the normal trees, the oaks, and then we were going to have to, like, maybe into a third. So this third was going to be some... This, well, that's 4, isn't it? It's not a third. This third, and then this sort of third, or whatever they would do it, and have that into, let's say, maple pastries and some chestnut. Because we haven't even got that. Now, I know I can go up a level, but that means I've got to actually go up a level, then move this up the level, then take this out, and then allow that to go down. Because water will seep through these, you see. That's how it works. Right down to the bottom. And as that took an enormous amount of time to actually build, I don't want to destroy it for obvious reasons. Get rid of that. This is the level that we want to keep, really. This level here. Because if we've decided to go through and go to somewhere down here, I have no idea where I'm going to get this water yet. This water would be better if it was in line, a nice sort of rectangle. Now I can't really go under there because unfortunately I've decided to put the this right. I could do this, but it would have to stop there because I've got the houses right at the bottom. I've blasted this down. I could move the houses, yeesh, but I don't know where to move them. It's all this is questionable at best. Why are you? Is it connected? What do you mean you're not connected? Oh yeah, it's not connected. I was thinking, what have I done? I'm gonna get rid of. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get rid of that, Anna. Then I need a grill. That would come under the food. No, it wouldn't. Come under. No, it wouldn't. The grill. It says grill pig. Come on. Then we'll have to move this around here. Now they're going to reconnect it again. I'm going to have to... No storage. Why hasn't got any storage then? I'm trying to find out what hasn't got any storage. I can't see what doesn't have... It doesn't say which one. Unfortunately. I'll probably just ditch them. So the carrots are right. There's no grilled spaddock that I can see, which probably means there's no. I need to do with I need to do something with the flour as well. I'm doing the bakery, but I'm doing the wheat. I could change that to... I need to get more power going. Now I know I've got this going, and I don't understand why I've actually got this going. But I'm going to leave it going. Probably to give them something to do. No. Oh, no, because it's all interconnected, isn't it? Never mind, pig. Never mind. I'm just going to ditch these because I don't think they mean anything in that respect. I need to get all this because I need to get to this back end. So before I can actually... I haven't got a lot of dirt left either. So we're having to get ourselves dirtified. Obviously, because we're still filling this in, you see. So this is obviously filling in. This reservoir is going to take a while. I need to get rid of most of this infrastructure as well off this. I'll need to send the bad water off the back. which is currently sending it through here, so that needs to go. And then I can build a little sluice wall here. I don't know, I might have a double chamber where this side, because instead of going in there, so this side fills, and then part way down, it goes into the second tank. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. It's all up in the air, but everything usually is with me. I've got 13 explosives. I've got enough explosives to do this. Bad water is full again. Probably don't actually need any of these on, to be honest. Extract is going as well. I'm certainly glad I didn't lose this new diameter like I lost the cliffside. That really annoyed me to that. Because I was really enjoying that. Ah, see, now there we go. So this now can be filled in. It should theoretically be able to be filled in down there at least a couple of like that. They'll be able to. I think they'll be able to reach. Possibly going to have to get rid of that though, so they can get to the back there and get this done. But this is the most important one at the moment. We're just going to need to... I need a lot more dirt. This is why I was hugely impressed that I could get the 2, and I didn't even know that. Yeah, see, there's just not enough dirt. The problem is you use an enormous amount of dirt on this. And its trouble is you can't, like, cut it out from here. Say, oh, well, I'll cut this out then. But no, that doesn't work either. So you're at a bit of a loose end, really. I'm still not sure whether I could get some sort of wheel system. Because obviously, like I said before, if I build this up, if I can build this up just as high, I might be able to get the water to funnel down here. And then build some of that. You see what I mean? How fast they've just built that. That's wicked. Doesn't matter. That'll be it. They won't be able to do any more because they can't reach. Or they could reach... I'll tell you what they could do. They could reach this though. Because this is the second level as well, you see. They'll be able to reach that from there because as we are looking downwards, it's looking downwards. Obviously, I took that one out, but not to worry. Got a couple of hundred. I think it was Spaddock, I think I was doing. I need to do something with this Spaddock. I've got 2,000 in that. I got the cocktail crackers. I'm not full yet though. And I've got like 3,000 in potatoes! It even makes me laugh, so never mind. Everything is always all up in the air. I don't want to go too far. I obviously need more. We've just lost one. Oh, I've got a broken tooth. And I've got injury. Now, why is that injury then? What are they injured themselves on? I have got the medical, but I have not got enough medical. Well, it's as if I have. I'm just trying to see if I've got everything that I can easy. See, wet fur is a bit low. I could put another one. I could put another one of these. I could put it actually in here, to be honest. See, well-being. Where are we? Shower. That's the wet fur. I think that would go in there. if I did it the right way around, wouldn't it? Even though we got these here. So I'll have another one of them. I suppose if they're using all this, then they're, you know. I think if I was trying to play this again, I think I'd try to have both of them down here. Probably like this side, blast out this side, and have a, you know, have them cut down. And then I wouldn't have that here. Although saying that though, it depends on what time I got both of them. But anyway, thank you, PC. I'm gonna. We've now got over 300 again. Right, they're now going to do that. Right, this now can be reconnected again. Now they'll start to go up there. I can't remember how many. Right, so that's as high as I can make a next level in this game. Or how high I want this, I should say. I need to have, if I'm going to have some sort of system where I have wheels on one of these, for an example, I think you can get up there and it's like that. And we see this is actually higher than the last level. But because this is on lower than it allows it to do. So I think we'll be able to do a little. I've only got, that's a 3, and there's 1, there's 2 and 3. So I've still got plenty of play to be able to put another mezzanine level on the top. It's certainly something I think we should look at. And as long as this water is then higher than that, it should flow. The problem being is that, how do I get the water off? I mean, I could have a thing where if when it flows to the end, it just completely runs off the thing. But I'm still going to have some sort of drinking water. I'm still going to have some sort of industrial complex. Well, the industrial doesn't have to be on the floor, does it? I mean, it could be so far high. So there's a whole host of things that in this game that we need to address. But as we know, it always takes the time. Haulers. I've got a full hauler set. How many of these have I got? Because obviously I'm going to need... I've got no workers doing nothing. I've got 2 free beds. And I've got no unemployed ones. So that's why that is not actually running. I don't want to get any more. Not that I I'm worried about the food situation, because I don't think I'm too worried. I'm certainly not worried too much about the water situation. And we know the bad tide goes out. Now I'm still obviously pumping water with these two. These are taking care of most of the actual water anyway. And obviously this is only at 75. But we'll lose the power down here for sure. I mean, I could also build like the water towers on the top. It's not like as if it's that difficult to do. I'd like to have... See, that was for logs. It would make sense that that was now up there, but I suppose they can... It is close to here, if we think about it. Now, I probably should prioritise haulers with this particular thing. Because that would speed things up, wouldn't it? Instead of using the big... Because they've got to... Then they've got to either run out and go get that. Now they can spend more time. Because I am going to need an absolute shed load of this. Right. Let's... While we're waiting for this, just talk about... If we notice that this section here isn't really that full. Plant trees. Now if I just clear this area of trees, if I can get it to do what I want to do. I don't want to unplant them. In other words, I don't want to destroy them. But I don't want to plant them again. That's what I'm doing here. How far do I fancy going out? I wonder if I do something like that. That's a lot, but it still puts... I mean, we've still got the third here. I might do... That's 2. That's 2, but that would then be 1. So, I probably got a bit too far. But that'll be fine. And this will be worked out where the only snag is this. Because I did it the wrong size, didn't I? Oh, now that's going to be a bit of an issue. I'm going to have to set this at this side because I'm going to have to bury a hole up there and explode a hole. And probably I'm going to have to do it this side for the other one. It's a pain, but that is a forest site. And what if they... Let's have a look. Yeah, see, that's the chestnut tree and that's the maple. These are the two that we need because they're the maple pastries and they're the chestnut thing. If we look on here, we've got the chestnut, which I'm not obviously doing, and I'm not doing the maple pastries. That's worth a lot on well-being, you see. I'm not going to get a vast amount because I haven't got a vast amount of space. But if we take overall, you know, I can extend this out, don't forget. I can extend the tree situation out a lot more to get all this back again. So I think that might be a good idea. Well, that's my plan. I never said it was a good plan, but it's a plan nonetheless. I've got a couple of hundred explosives as well, so I'll still need to do the top layer with explosives of this, and then blast down. My plan is to probably blast down... Well, this is actually the layer that I would need to go to, and I'm going to have to somehow put these trees somewhere else. I don't know where the hell I'm going to put them. But it's all up in the air, as we know. We get it, see what I mean now? I've just increased the amount of... situation here. And because this is on normal, we don't have to worry too much about like, as I said in the cliffside last one, that I think I'm planning on going to play in the Iron Teeth, I think. But we'll might play that on hard. And I've been trying to, as I've been having time, to learn the Iron Teeth. There's a lot I need to learn still, but at least if I can hold my own to start with. Oh, not die, you know what I mean? Because obviously they're a different faction and they've got things like... It's like here. They've got on their large... They don't even have a large water. They only have this single one. Well, that causes issues because you can't get enough water. So you've got to work around it. But anyway... I'm quite happy with this. This works out quite well. I mean, you know. Right. Let's start to... I don't want to fill this in at the moment. But I need to decide where this goes to here. This, I think... think is the line. There. That's the edge of where I'm planning. That's quite a large reservoir. It takes up nearly a, well, if we take the quarter, I can't zoom out anymore, but that's probably about a quarter of a map. So it takes about an eighth of a map. Now, whether we need all this or normal, I don't really know. But we could put stuff on the top of it. So, and like I said, I might decide to put power and run power from there. God knows where I'm going to put the industry. I didn't work that one out. I just thought it might be quite interesting. And then obviously I'll have to blast all this down. I can't do anything with these though. So this back, I can take this out, but where these are, I can't do anything with. So to get the bad water out of here. So that'll be interesting. See what I mean? How fast they fill this stuff in when they've got the... Yeah, so there's a hell of a lot to do on this map. We've got... Can they do that one as well? Yeah, maybe. It doesn't really matter which... because they're building in from underneath. And then that's fine. That's as much as they can do, I think. They'll absolutely ramp that, like. Yeah, see, water thing goes downwards. It doesn't go upwards. So this is why this is this colour. It'll do maybe 1 to 2 up, but it won't do that much. I think this is getting the water from this because it's linked to it. I may be wrong. Right, so we don't really need now to worry about... As long as they can't get down there, which I've done that. That's why I haven't filled it in. We get strange beavers that do strange things. And then we'll see all this starting to absolutely... This will absolutely get obliterated within no time at all. So then I'll have to obviously... It's going to take us a little while to get this done. I don't particularly want to go under there, but I could use it as a... like this. And not have to worry too much about that then. I think, though, that's not going to work. This section that I just realised, this will, this won't, because of the way I think it's connected. So I better solve that. Unfortunately, I can't. Oh, I wonder if my friend with the delete situation. Oh yeah, his delete situation comes into play again. Lewis on the channel sent me this message and said, like, Pig, why don't you do it this way? And absolutely, it works beautifully. I'm holding the shift key as I'm deleting, and that works out incredibly well. Trying to get to do that otherwise, it would be a pain. So really what I want to do is I want to rotate these. And the reason why is once they've filled this section in, they're going to have to walk on this. Now, they can't walk on it. Yeah, we don't have to worry about bad water. I'm going to pause this. Well, I don't really need to pause. Yeah, I'll pause it. Because I don't want to lose any water. Although I haven't really got any anything there, to be honest with you. How many days have I got as a bad water? Ah, it's only 6. That's minuscule. Yeah, see, now it's coming out here, but I actually want the bad water to come out there. Because I don't want to have to do this track. So all this is going to have to go. Again, I have no idea where I'm going to put it. I probably could get rid of some of these. I haven't even got them running, but... you know. Bread. Why not do some cocktail crackers instead? And I have got the cocktail crackers, but I haven't got any form of... Because I've got so much bread, I don't think I need really to worry, to be honest. I need some storage again, don't I? That's the problem. You've got some potatoes there. This is the problem with this, is you do so much, then you realise you have no storage left to actually be able to do anything. Yeah, so if I build these up this way, obviously we're going to run out of here, because this is bound to run out. I need, obviously, another level, but I can't, so... And if I do this, I think, just allow him to go in and out, and then... Because I don't want to... That's a lot, I know. I see, look, they're absolutely tearing this apart. I still got 240. That's not too bad. I mean, they're about halfway up that section. Obviously, they can't walk out until I get this done. They can't walk out and finish this section here. Now, I don't think... I know, you see. I could put some... Is that? Oh, that's so far. That's a pity. I may have to... well, I will have to destroy this. This will have to go. But I've got 2,000 nearly in planks. It's not as if I have to worry too much. You know, when you start the game, you have absolutely nothing. And then later on, you have so much of it. It's like... you don't have to worry too much. I'm going to get rid of this because I've got no space to put them. Yeah, see, water's there. It's, you know, doing. I could have put this up to 100%, but... There's all the metal. I'm just trying to think where I can move everything. Where is all my food storage is the question. That's the explosives. There's the grilled potatoes. We've got a couple of things here. We've got some... it might be worth... What's all this? This is berries. This can go. This can go. It might actually be worth getting rid of all this. And start thinking about putting the food... I want to keep this. But I think a large storage... Where the hell are you? Storage. A large storage would fit on there. But what I could do is... I could do something like this. And just allow the large storages to go. I don't think I could get the large storage this way. Well, I might be able to. That's gone. That's gone. The only trouble on this map is you're struggling for space. I don't want to put them down here. I'm trying not to have anything in this area. Because if I'm going to come down and move all of this way, then I don't want to get it in the way. As you see, look at that. Absolutely awesome. Now, they've only got 140 left. They might get all this done. Don't forget that 130 is divided by 6. It takes 6 dirt to do 1 block. Don't know why, but that's how it works. Obviously, I haven't put anything on this layer on the top yet. So they won't be able to get down there to do this one. Well, they can go on the diagonal, as you can see there. Diagonal will work for this block. But that's it. So I'm now stating that there is the back wall. I have to have a full back wall because I don't want holes, for obvious reasons. Holes don't work for a reservoir. Well, Unless you want the water out, obviously. We've got 100 left. I'm just waiting for this one to come in. I'm not too sure how much more they'll be able to do. I don't think they'll be able to do much more. Oh, they're doing it through that side. And then I'll fill this in through this way, which I can do anyway. It's not a problem. And then they'll allow them to walk on this section here and just keep filling upwards. So that's almost half of our... I think I'm going to have to destroy some of this. I will anyway. I don't think it's that much of an issue. And I can always, if I want them back, I can always extend it up there. I'm going to do the path this way, I think. I don't even know why I've got all that, but still. That's going to allow me to... They've got to walk through there, which will allow me to obviously get this next layer in. Up to there. Then I'll be able... Should be theoretically be able to do that. As so they can just walk. And then obviously before I think I'll just have to fill that one in. Obviously get rid of all this lot. Don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. I've got to take them out. 'Cause I don't think you can bury them. But that reservoir, this reservoir, is going to take a while to fill. I can get this. What I can do is get this front wall done, this part here, and then start to work back and start to redesign this. But I want to get it to its ultimate height first, not just that one. Now we've got these in. As we know, these things always take time. It's just the way you have to work it with this game. Then I'll do that. So then they'll be able to walk out and build all this. They'll obviously have to build it this way. Then it's going to take quite a while to get this far. And we don't want that. This reservoir might actually be slightly too big, but it's going to hold an enormous amount of water. As we're on normal. I probably could have made it probably back there, because that's quite a long section. But we'll be doing the same. It'll come up as a waterfall. Now it'll come... Well, I'll have to build 2 stages. We'll have a double... We'll have one for the top. In other words, when it comes up here, we'll have a dam. Down there, it'll be sluices. Because as the water goes down, that means the dam won't do anything. It'll just sit there and the water won't come through. But if it comes on the bottom here, it'll come out and then run as normal until it gets too far down and then it won't run. So, in other words, it's to this floor section. Well, technically that floor. I should blast that out, to be honest. That's another thing I need to do, and blast probably this section out as well. I'll be able to get this, but I won't be able to get down to get this. Because there's no way to get down. I'm on 3,000. I'm not worried. We've only got 4 days. 100 and something. They do use a lot. If you take the average of each beaver uses 3 water a day, so we have to times that by 3, which is 300, and then times it. If we times that by 10, that's 3,000. Then divided it by half, that's 1,500. It's easier because we're less than 1,500. We got 3,000 because that'd be It's easier to times by 10 and divide by 2 than it is to, like, well, that's, you know, is in my mind anyway. So that's that done. I don't want to fill any in here because I've only now got 36 left, and so we won't do that much. Now, how are we doing down here? How is my bearing in mind he shouldn't be yeah, see, he's not re-putting this back in, which is exactly what I wanted to do. I'm going to have to wait quite a substantial amount of time. Now, I could, which I might do, not change this. Because I've just thought that it will take time, though, because we really want another one, but the only way to do that is me to blast another section. As you can see here, I've got to blast quite a lot of section to turn to have 2 foresters. Whether I need that, I don't know. I may do. But that's a question. It's clearly needing something because I'm not filling out everything, but that's a lot of stuff to fill out. What else can we do? Now, I might as well, like I said, think about this section here. Because I can't really do a lot. That's the problem. Well, no, it wouldn't work. The reason why I say that is it's got to... So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to clean all of this up. And if it leaves logs, I don't care because I've got tons of them. That can go. That can go. Some of them... Oh, they can all go, actually. What we're wanting is then something like that. As long as I can get down the side, let's have a look. Yeah, you see, I can get down this. It's just thinner than this side here. So I can have this one on the bottom. And what actually should happen... Wrong one. Actually should happen, yeah, they'll move. I'll just put this on a pause. Yeah, so if I have another one, let's say another one, obviously I've got to press P. P's to pause, so I can pause that building and unpause the building. If you're new to Timberborn. Now, what I can't do is this. If I turn this around, it blocks it. As you can see, it's blocked. So we have to rotate this. There's no point me doing it this way, because then I have to come out. If I do it this way, then they can actually walk to that building. Now I'll build that and go up to the first level, the second level, and keep going up until I decide. What I could do, which is pretty awesome, and I think it's awesome, is turn this around and do it this way as well. So this ladder can do both of them at the same time. Now, I don't think I can get another one in. No, you see. It would be right on here, and I don't think I'll be able to get another one on that behind it the other way around. It would be this way. No. Because they're walking on that. So I'd either have to redesign this to go here, this ladder system, or take this away and blast out and redo that, you know? Did I? Oh, I did. I decided that was going to get built. Okay, it doesn't really matter, does it? I might as well. I've got so many logs and so many planks. It's unreal. I've got to need to use some of them. This will then allow me to start thinking about this. We've got the potatoes, we've got the wheat and everything else. Eventually, I'm going to have to move this. We've also got the problems here with grilled potatoes. We love our grilled potatoes. So that's another thing. That's what I say. Having And I can keep going up. I don't have, it doesn't have to be here. If we take the section of, if we look, we know that this is the top of there. So I can get another one of these. Plus, I can go further. So I've got probably another 4 flights on there. I mean, obviously, if I blasted down here, then I could have an absolute massive storage selection. But, you know, what we say, it is what it is. But we need the food. We need to have the food. Am I, this is on. As you can tell, it's easy to see on a night because the lights come on. I've got these two. I've got this lot all filled out. This, and this, and this is not filled out. So this 2 section here is not filled out. I don't think all was so much of this. So I've got an absolute, probably double the amount. I've got this section again of beavers allowed to be pushed into here. That's not really a problem. You know, I reckon if I got 4 of these, I reckon I could get 1,000 beavers on this map. Yeah. But I'd have to get an enormous amount of food. Food would have to be doubled and tripled, and water would have to be doubled and tripled. So, you know, you're going to need about 20 to 40,000 in water, maybe, you know what I mean? So you need a hell of a lot to support that. Because obviously, again, if 1,000 times 3, there's 3,000 water a day, plus how many days that bad water or drought happens, you know what I mean? That's a huge amount of water that you're going to have to... Obviously, if you're on normal, I think it's 7 days, I think? Was it 5 days? I don't know. You wouldn't want to do that on hard. Hard could be up anything to... I think, is it 10? I don't think it goes to 30. I don't think it goes to 30. I don't know. I can't remember. But like I said, I've just been getting used to the... yeah, you see what I mean by I did them this way, so then they're filled out. Obviously, they could do this up to that, and that's it. So we're getting these 2 just through here, and I'll have to fill them in as and when we need to. Because I've got this walkway going up. Otherwise, they'll have to walk all the way right round here and come up this way. Now, I know I could do I suppose I could do a ladder to here. That would take that out of the way. Yeah, maybe that's the better way. That means it's on the outside. On the outside, on the outside. Now I've got that. Yeah, I think we'll look at that. That way I don't need this, because I'm going to take this down anyway. And it will be faster, because they only then have to go from... Because these are the 2 dirt storages from there to come into here. Although saying that though, it would be nicer for me to have a path that would take them maybe this way. Bear in mind, most of this is going to be taken down anyway, so it's not as if it's going to be staying. I think this is why I love this game. I think it's you've got to think it's a thinking man's game. And you know you're going to change things. You know you're going to adapt things. You know things are, you know what I mean? That's the whole point of it. And I love it. I'll go to here. And we'll build that. We've actually got water here as well. Water over there. Not a drop to drink. But that one, this one and this one are taking most of the... The problem is this one's really far away. They can't really access. They've not really got any water close. Now, obviously, if I could design this absolute debacle, which I can actually, I mean, I can get like these in. I can put something over there and have a water boat, which actually might not be a bad idea, to be honest. Just let's pause that. Just let's pause these and just have a quick... I'm going to unpause the game in a sec, so don't worry. Just pause it, so I don't want to get these built. If we, let's say... I have another system that I was going to put water in. This wouldn't be permanent. The reason, well, say that though, I suppose it would work. I'm just thinking of how the ladder would work. This is what you've got to consider, is I'd have to have it this way. But that's not too bad, because they can still walk around into this. It might actually work. I didn't think of that at the time, but... what I'm thinking of is having this here. Obviously, it can't be built because there's not. That sort of makes better sense. Because, I mean, it's going to take gears. How many gears have I got? I've got 140 gears. I've got 80 planks. Yeah, I don't have to worry about planks. And I've got... now, see, now this is where I've got to be careful. So I've only got a certain section of metal planks left. Now, I've got the factory here. But the factory isn't going to do jack diddly squat. Because he's got no scrap. Now, we've got to start the mine. Because the mine has scrap. We've basically mined out all the scrap that we got on. Apart from the mine, which is something I didn't want to... it's going to cost me an arm and a leg. And a foot and everything else to do the mine. I think it's that. There's the mine. 4,000 in search points. Okay, I've got 29,000. Don't need to really worry. We need 200 treated planks, 350 gears, and 250... well, our logs, yeah, fair enough. Don't really need them. It would be worth starting this up then, and thinking about where they're flipping out. See, the thing is, there's no point having a scrap mill. I can't do any scrap mill because I haven't got the mine to do the scrap mill. So there's one out the way. I can't take the gears. So I really need I think this is bigger though, isn't it? Damn. Although saying that though, it doesn't really matter. Bad water, 25. That would cut into my production. Well, this is a definite. That's a definite. Let's just... what the hell? What could possibly go wrong? Let's pick all that up. We're not running it, so we might as well do something with it. Then we'll... I've got the treated planks. Now, the problem being is the tapper shack... I've got 250 in resin. I've got to make sure I get this silly thing the right way around. Because the amount of times I've done that the wrong way around and then done it there, and then that's the way. Because I've got this little nodule. You see there? That's what we need to connect it to. If I do this, flip that one. I'm now going to have to go back and do the gear system. Well, come on. And fix that. And the only trouble is this isn't running because it's got no power. But 20 logs, no worry. Planks, no worry. Gears 40, that'll be 80. And they got to do it. So this'll build in like no time at all. It'll be ranting through. I put this on get me built, boyos. I've still got no power anyway. I want this as a definite working, and I want this as a definite working. Now, I'm going to need a place to be able to put these things. But they're only going to last... I only need 350. So I can't put them in a small storage. Where's the blooming storage? There she is. I could put them in a large, but it seems a bit overkill for 1200 when I only want... they're going to come out of here, and so we need them as close as we can. I could do that way. That would sort of work. If I did a ladder. I know I'm doing a ladder just for this little thing, but still. Like there. It just keeps things clean. Is that the right one? Have I done the wrong one? Do you know the amount of times I do this the wrong way? Yeah, it's not, is it? It's a flipping storage. I get the wrong one for the wrong one. It's because it's a log and not a... It's one of these, isn't it? I think. Yeah. Ugh. That's flipping annoying. Well, I don't need that anymore then. It doesn't matter because I'll be getting rid of it anyway. So that's for the treated planks. That's for the treated planks. So we'll get this. I must have accidentally turned on the tapper shack. But I might as well turn on the tapper shack. Although we tapping it in something somewhere. Yeah, because now it's getting filled out, isn't it? Because of the resin. We're all doing... Get on. We're all doing well. Oh, no. Got a treated plank and a resin here. No storage for resin. They will take that, though. That's resin as well. Oh, this is just... Oh, I tell you, sometimes that annoys me. This has to be for resin. Because they won't pick this up if I don't do it. Right. We're at 56 minutes. We've accomplished a lot, and we were talking about a lot of stuff in this. But the mine, like I said, I can build the mine. That's not a problem. I can put the mine on because I've got 29 things. But I can't build it anyway, so what is the point? I also need to think about getting some more storage for gears as well. Because I haven't got them and I can't build them. So let's dump... It's 350, isn't it? I wonder how that many that's going to give me. No, that's not good. Let's do it this way. And let's potentially do it this way. Let's pause that one. And do that. Bearing in mind, this is going to go anyway. Yeah. Gear's going to that. I don't think that'll give me... that's giving me storage for 350. And 320. I need 350. Let's just go for that. It doesn't matter. I'm going to be ripping this down anyway. And it's only 12. It's next to no logs at all. Now we get in the treated planks. See, now we are on the ball. We've got the both going. Obviously, I've lost one explosive as well. And one of these will, once I've built the mine, I'll transfer back. Either taking both of these out, or just at least one to the smelter. Which then will be able to do the metal. Which then will allow me to be able to do... I mean, I can do it with this. This isn't a problem. So I've got enough metal to build this here. That's not a problem. I've got 83. Could do that straight away. No problem. Oh. The option... Well, I'm going to need to move this, actually. Because it is where it is. So I suppose, in a way... It's going to take me a while to get to 350 for the treated planks, let alone getting all this done. So I'm going to leave them to do that. I am going to test... No, that would have to be the other way around, would it not? No, that's not going to work, is it? I can't go upwards. No, I can't. I was talking out of my bottom. But what I can do is this. this would be the storage this way. I'm going to pause this. No, this wouldn't work either. It will work if I go back another one. And I'll tell you why in a minute, once I've done it. I want this to come out here, because this is where the beavers are. I need to build this. You see this here? So I need, well, I need at least 2 walkways. So if I take that as the stairs and that, so I need 2 plus the 3. So that's 5, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I've got a fisher line, 6, 7, 8, and I put it back in it, you know, that sort of thing. Then we're going to have to... The water storage needs to be right at the back. And we're just going to pause it, because I don't want it to get built yet. You'll see, again, you'll see why. That's the path. Like here. That needs to be a... I think it's this. Again, pause this. Pause this. And this. Pause. Pause. Because if I remember rightly, I'll just... that this here... I'll pause this. I don't think... Is that too long? I think it's too long. Not too long. Get in there. Get in there. No, it might not be too long. Oh, it does allow. So it's a 2, not a 3. It does work. I couldn't remember if it was a 3 or a 2 that you had to go over the top. So we'll enable this now. Might as well. That is going to cost me 8. So I have to be careful, you see, because I've only got 142 so far. So then I could do... That wasn't the one I selected, then. So it must have been the one I selected. Yeah, it must have been that one then. Yeah, it was the last one. That one and that one. That obviously allows me to go into the bottom, which is fine. So I don't need the... I could go and do this. But I need to have a way of walking up there. Now, I've got an option. Now I can do this. Or I can do that. Because they can't get any further than this anyway. In fact, I don't even need this. Or I could set it to the end, but I don't like that because it doesn't actually make sense. And then obviously I can build another one on top. Right, so that gives me a water barrel, what the hell ever you want to call it. And I'm not taking any more room out because I'm not using that room, am I? So we'll get this, we'll build these anyway, as and when they're going to be ready to build. Have we got water back on? We have got water back on, and I haven't put the water back on. That was a bit silly. Too many yarn pigs. Get on with it, you babby ass. I'll have 3. I always have 3. And I'll make this by haulers as well. We have got the haulers here, so that's fine. That would have been a drastic problem if I hadn't noticed that. Anyway, ooh, we're over the... Sorry about this. We're over the out. You see what I mean? It just gets so engrossed. But you can see the idea with the water. That'll allow me to take this out. And I don't really need to take this out, but it will allow me to do some better... I could get some big bad water in here and well, I could leave that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. We will see you in the next new Diamond Play, which will obviously be possibly more than likely next week, as usual. And we'll see you again. Take care. Bye for now.